I have made my way down to the Jersey shore, and we are going to be targeting some spiny dogfish today. That is going to be the main target. I just stopped at the tackle shop, so in this bag here I got a fillet knife so I can cut my bait. There's item number one. That might be a little bit more than we need, but I need a fillet knife anyway for bait cutting purposes. I got some bunker, so we got that going, and I got some squid strips marinated in peeler oil. So we got that all going for us. We'll put this back in the bag here. Then for our rod, we have our St. Croix Avid Inshore. This is a 7/6 medium heavy power rod. On here I have a Penn Spinnfisher 6, I guess, 4500. We got 30-pound braid on there. I think I have like a 17-pound monofilament leader on there, and we're just gonna be casting out here. I think I was looking at the contour maps and it drops off to like 12 feet somewhere in this radius, so I'm just gonna try and cast this out there somewhere in that deep zone, and hopefully all those smelly, oily baits we got will take in some spiny dogfish. We got a nice standing / landing rock down here, so we're going to hopefully be able to land some fish over here, and hopefully our target species. So let's get baited up and get to work. I think I'll get started with the squid strips, since the bunker will probably take a little bit longer to thaw out. Hopefully we can get our target. I've been after this fish for quite some time now. Been a year at this point. All right, so we got our fish finder rig there. So we got our weight attached to our slide, and then we have our leader, and we have our bait there. Getting started with the squid strips. Couldn't get a real big piece on there because it's mostly frozen solid still. And we're just gonna go ahead, fling this out there, and see if we can get a bite. Let that touch the bottom, and then reel in the slack. And now the hardest part is waiting for a bite. Guys, we got fish on and fish off. Oh my gosh. Let's see, did something break, or did we just lose the hook? Nope, he just popped off. Dang it, I definitely got bit there though. Definitely got bit. Let's see if we can get a little more squid on there. Alright guys, we got our bait back out there. That actually did not take long to get a bite. Hopefully that fish is still around and we did not spook him off. But that's promising. That's a good start. Guys, we got a fish on. Hopefully it's our target species. It's definitely putting up a good tug. Our target species. Rocks are slippery. Alright, we got him. That is a spiny dogfish. Let me get a hand on him. And we're gonna carry him up. Alright, chill out. Get the rod unstuck. And back up the bank. Alright, spiny dogfish acquired in hand. Alright, let's get you untangled and unhooked. There we go. Spiny dogfish. Take a photo, let this guy go. Alright guys, there's our spiny dogfish. Thankfully that did not take too long. Cool looking fish. You see the spine there on their dorsal, that's where they get their name. We're gonna go ahead and let this guy go because he's been out of the water long enough. Alright, these rocks are pretty slippery, so I'm just gonna give him a nice little toss back and he should be good to go. There we go. Alright, new species. That didn't take that long at all. Let's see if they can get any more. That was fun. Alright, my leader is still in somewhat decent shape, so I'm gonna go give this another toss out there and just put another clump of squid on. And we're just gonna fling this out where we got that last one at. Nice 50 or 60 foot cast. And that should be right in the deep stuff. Just gonna reel in all that slack that the wind just blew. And now we wait. Those 2 bites and that 1 catch came within the first 20 minutes of fishing. That rarely happens when I'm life listing anymore. Now that I've greatly dwindled all the easy targets in like a 2.5 hour radius for me, now it's onto the more difficult ones, or the ones that aren't around all 365 days of the year. These spiny dogfish only are inshore during the cooler months, so I missed out on those earlier this year and the end of last year. Big switch up from my last fishing session where it took me the whole duration of the fishing session to catch a fish. Now I'm just beginning the fishing session and we got our target. So I'll take that switch up, but hopefully it's not the last fish we'll catch, because that will just humble me real quick. On. I knew there was a bite on there. Oh, is that a skate? It is a skate. What the heck? This is not what I wanted to catch. I already got these guys. This is a little skate, not a winter skate. I knew those taps seemed weird. Look at that little guy. Creepy looking thing. Alright, we'll take a shot and then we'll let him go. Alright, we got our little skate unhooked here. We're just gonna flop this pancake back into the sea, and he's just gonna flip over and he's gonna be able to swim off. Now we got a fish on. This feels like our spiny dogfish. We'll see though once it comes up. Oh great. People are gonna see I have a fish on and they're gonna set up next to me, I bet. Yep, definitely a spiny dog. Flip them up here. just fell off, but we got him. Alright. There's dogfish number 2. Feisty fella, he's not posing for the camera too well. Alright, so we're up to 2 spiny dogfish and 1 little skate. 3 fish total in probably an hour of fishing now. I don't know how long it's been exactly, but not too bad. This is probably some of the better fall fishing I've had so far, at least for saltwater. And all on the squid strip so far. I haven't even broken into the bunker, so I guess I didn't need to buy that after all. I thought the bunker was going to be the sure way I avoid the skates and catch my spiny dogfish, but it seems like the spiny dogfish like the squid just fine. Fish on, fish on. This one's coming right up at me. Alright, the camera decided to turn off for this guy, but this is spiny dogfish number 3 here. We're going to go ahead and let him back in the water. Give him a nice smell. And he is good to go. Well guys, I was eating my Velveeta. I got a bite. Hope we don't lose it. Definitely feels like a dogfish. Oh yeah. Don't dig towards those rocks. There we go. Dogfish is up aboard. This is now our 4th one of the day. Alright, we got our dogfish unhooked here. He's not a happy camper. He ended up tangling himself quite a bit. I had to end up cutting the line off of him so that way he would stop trying to strangle himself. So now I got a huge mess of line to deal with and retie, so it's going to be quite a while before I am back in action on these spiny dogfish. But that is our 4th one of the day. Alright, now that spiny dogfish we just caught was making quite the mess. He tangled himself around a couple times, got the line wrapped around his tail. Concerned for the safety of the fish, I then turned the camera off so I can focus on him better. I ended up having to cut the line off his tail and then removing the hook from his mouth that way. That way I can prioritize the safety of the fish over keeping my gear intact. Whenever practicing catch and release fishing, you're always going to prioritize the safety and health of the fish. If it's taking too long to handle him, you just cut your gear loose, try and get that hook out, and send the fish back as quickly as possible. And that's exactly what we did. This bird right here just tried to steal my bait. I turn around and he's over here on this rock with my bait bag. No, you are not getting that bait. Gotta be careful, they got stealth seagulls over here. Fish on, fish on. try and keep our line, oh, perfect, out of the way of the fish. Awesome. This one's a little bit smaller, easier to handle. Tell you what, these dogfish are getting me pain to handle. They like to slime up the camera and everything. I don't know if that last clip got messed up because it, like, the dogfish whipped its tail at the camera and all of a sudden it was on like auto exposure mode. I don't even know what that is. The seagull is still just watching me, just waiting for the right moment when I have my back to him to come and steal my bait. Hey, get. Just had a good strike. I don't know if he's on yet. Now he's on. Oh, it's another skate. Oh, we'll just flip this one up. Alright, well, there's our second little skate of the day. This is not a winter skate. Go ahead and unhook this guy. It shouldn't be too difficult to do that. Yep, there we go. He did take a piece of my squid. We'll let him have that. There he is. Another little pancake. You should give this to the seagull. You want this instead of my bait? Here. Off the back. It's like a little frisbee. What, you gonna try and get this pancake? Yeah, get away. Scram. Fish on, fish on. Definitely feels like another dogfish. Oh yeah. Pull by the line. Alright. Got our dogfish here. This is number 6 of the day. Grabbed by the belly. And don't let him get that line wrapped around him. Spiny dogfish, number 6. These guys do not like to stay still at all. So we're gonna take a shot and we're gonna let them go. Alright guys, here we go. Spiny dogfish number 6. He's gonna go back in the water. He's getting his bearings straight. He's gonna swim out from under those rocks. He's gonna go back out to the depths where he came from. Alright, so here's a closer look at what we're using here. We have our fish finder rig right here. That is attached to a barrel swivel, or held there by a barrel swivel, and we have about 15 inches or so of 17-pound monofilament line there, and then we have a small circle hook bottom here with our squid strips, and that is what we're using to catch these dogfish, these squid strips to be exact. Well, I was just scaring off the seagull that keeps trying to steal my bait. And I got another fish on here. Hopefully this one doesn't get broken off. This one feels pretty strong. All right, there we go. That's definitely a good sized dogfish. All right, guys, it is now a little past 11 a.m. We had just caught our 7th dogfish of the day, and I don't usually end fishing sessions this early, but I think we're gonna call it a day there. I think we got a decent amount of footage done, and we caught 7 dogfish and 2 skates. So we got 9 fish total. Not bad for like 3 hours of fishing. Could have been a little bit better, but I'm not going to complain at all. What would have made it better is if it wasn't so windy and chilly out and my hands weren't frozen, and if these stupid seagulls would leave me alone. That last one, that fish I caught, that video got cut short because I had a seagull start lunging at the squid I still had attached to my hook after I unhooked the dogfish. So after I unhooked them, I tossed the fish back in the water. I reach around and I had to spook off a seagull who was just inches away from slurping up the squid I had on the end of my hook. And that would have not been bad, or that would have been very bad, trying to unhook a seagull. So definitely don't want that. All right, on that note, hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next episode of the Ville Outdoors. If you guys want to see the gear I was using in this video and did not catch that at the beginning, I will leave that in the description down below so you can see what I was using to catch all these dogfish and those couple of skates today. I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving, and I'll see you guys on the next one.